A conservative German could be about to become the first woman to take the EU's top job. The European Parliament will vote for a new leader later tonight, and all eyes are on Ursula von der Leyen. Climate change is at the center of the agenda for the woman seeking to replace Jean-Claude Juncker as the new European Commission president. Now, Ms. von der Leyen is also open to extending the 31 October, the 31st October Brexit deadline.
The withdrawal agreement concluded with the government of the United Kingdom provides certainty where Brexit created uncertainty, in preserving the rights of citizens and in preserving peace and stability on the island of Ireland. These two priorities are mine too. However, I stand ready for a further extension of the withdrawal date should more time be required for a good reason.
If Ms. von der Leyen fails to secure a majority in the Strasbourg Assembly, Europe then faces a summer of infighting between Parliament and the 28 EU leaders. Well, for more, Holly Hudson joins us from Brussels. So, Holly, is Ms. Ursula von der Leyen's win guaranteed? Is there anything standing in her way?
Absolutely not. It's been a real rocky few weeks for Ursula von der Leyen. She was a surprise nominee by the EU Council in the first place, which in itself ruffled feathers among MEPs, many who felt their candidates and the system used to select them, the Spitzenkandidat process, was sort of brushed aside by EU leaders. Now, Ursula von der Leyen has suggested that she would look at the process to elect the EU Commission President were she to become it, in hopes to appease those MEPs. She's made a bunch of other commitments and promises too, in a bid to win that crucial 374 votes that she needs to replace Jean-Claude Juncker in the EU's top job. Those include a sort of EU-wide minimum wage to appease the socialists, her harshest critics so far, and a climate transition fund for the Greens. But is it enough to clinch it for her? Well, we've heard from the Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, the leader of the biggest socialist and democratic party in Parliament, saying he'd back her. The Portuguese Prime Minister Antonio Costa as well, but the wider socialists and democrats not signifying their support as yet, and the Greens potentially not happy with her promises, saying they're nice words but nothing concrete. There are those, though, that are very happy that Ursula von der Leyen is a woman. Margareta Vestager, one of the potential previous candidates for the role, urging people not to miss this opportunity to get a woman to have a gender balance in the EU's top job. So despite all the drama, a general sense that the EU will end up rowing behind Ursula von der Leyen, but we won't find out until the results of the secret ballot from the EU Parliament in Strasbourg in just a few hours' time.
Okay, we heard earlier there that she's open to granting another extension to this Brexit deadline. Do you think this will actually work for her or against her?
Well, we heard in that clip there the extraordinary exchange and reaction to Ursula von der Leyen saying that she would grant a Brexit extension. It led to a clash with the Brexit party, the MEPs in Parliament who booed her, and their leader Nigel Farage, who stood up and gave a speech calling her a European fanatic and saying he's pleased because she's actually just made Brexit more popular in the UK. Thank God the UK is leaving. Ursula von der Leyen did hit back and say we don't need to hear what you've got to say in this Parliament. So it's safe to say the Brexit party won't be voting for her, but of course, as is with the rest of the UK, the British MEPs in the EU Parliament are split. The Liberal Democrats have voiced their support. When it comes to sort of wider EU leaders, Macron, we know, was against the last extension to the Brexit deadline. So whether that, he's one of Ursula von der Leyen's staunch supporters, so whether that will cause some friction between those two remains to be seen. And Charles Michel as well, the man replacing Donald Tusk, an outspoken critic of Britain's handling of Brexit. So again, whether there'll be some friction there, but the UK, set to leave on the 31st of October. Ursula von der Leyen not set to actually move into this job until the 1st of November. So how much involvement she will have in extending this deadline remains to be seen.
All right, thanks for that. Speaking with Holly Hudson live from Brussels.